All right, Coach, doubleheader sweep, go 5-1 in the week. Just your overall thoughts.
I thought our team got better. We're playing a little bit more loose. We still need to get comfortable, but I just like how we're starting to feed off of each other. Some in-at-bat adjustments from our youngsters, and our pitching staff looked really strong this weekend.
Did you see confidence change over the course of the game?
I did. I think we started to not get so caught up in the strategy, and more so, okay, let's be our best, take our best swings offensively, and then from the pitching standpoint, I feel like I asked them to lead this team. We have many leaders on the team, but the pitchers, they have to be the face of the program, and I thought they did a really good job of that this weekend.
How would you evaluate your team's start against JMU, and what was your message to the team that kind of helped bring them back into it?
I think right away, we got those runners on, and then didn't get anything out of it. But I just told them that they need to be themselves, and they need to play aggressive and hard and stick together, and that this is our, the plex. We protect the plex, and they responded well. So I think Izzy coming up big time, and then bringing in Coco, and she looked so calm. She didn't look like a freshman coming in for her first pinch hit experience. So that's promising, and I just like how they fed off of each other after that.
Coach, last weekend, preseason media day, you talked about your roster being thrown into the fire. 6 games in 4 days. How do you feel about your roster responding to being thrown in the fire?
Yeah, I think they've done a great job. We're still trying to figure kind of some of the lineup part out, but I mean, it's the first weekend and we'll be doing that all year. But I really like how they responded again to that game against Georgia. I mean, I thought we gave them a good game, and offensively I'd like to have that opportunity back again soon, and we will. Tuesday we're going to get it back. I'm very impressed with how we won some games, and we're still not near what our best is, but winning and learning at the same time is a good feeling.
What did you like most about Caitlin's performance?
This was absolutely, by far, the most fun I've had calling her game. I just felt like it was an art out there today. She wasn't stuck on one pitch, and she used all the quadrants once again. Of all our pitchers, we've been doing a good job of that, but and we kind of mixed some spots with different pitches that we haven't done before, and she just trusted it and believed in it. So just love that about her. No walks, that's a good one, and I love how she gave those hitters a different look all 3 at bats that they got off of her.
Cochran gave you that big outing relief there for Lopez, that 1-2 punch in the first game to set the tone to allow Felton to just not have to come into the game.
Yeah, because we did have her ready to close the first game, but we call her KC, Caitlin Cochran. She did just a great job of 6 up, 6 down, and keep the momentum on our side, and such a good different look than what Jessie gave us. So she did a great job of keeping us in that game for those 5 innings, and we said our pitching staff is a team, and we're going to use them as is.
What do you think has been the reason of the results that you guys are getting after this game?
Yeah, well, we're playing tough opponents. They're competitive, and they're sticking together, and so we have to continue to keep doing that, right? There's some moments where I'd like us to be better, but again, I think my younger self would have probably jumped on them a little bit sooner. But I mean, it's early and we're figuring things out, and I want them to stay aggressive and feel comfortable doing that. So we're going to give them a little bit of space in doing that, and playing free. But we talk about it a lot. We want to be the playground kids out here, and I think they played a little tight in some of those games, and then they started to open up. So if we can play loose and be those playground kids, 21 outs, every pitch, good things will happen for us.
Talk about Ray's defensive play. On the broadcast, you talked about that playground mentality.
Yeah,
That play,
yeah.
so.
Which one?
Yeah.
She has so many good ones. But yeah, the fly ball down the line, I mean, just big time. I mean, she pops up and she's ready to go. But that's Ray. I mean, she's made some good plays out in the outfield. She's had some good plays over at second base. And I mean, she'll do whatever the team needs. So it's huge for us. But she is definitely one that plays without limits.
How would you evaluate your team defense over this stretch?
Yeah, I think that we got tested a bit yesterday. But I think what was most important about that is Lena was not fazed by it, right? We made quite a few errors in that last couple innings in the Illinois game last night, and Lena just kept rolling them and said, I know you can do it. And so that was what really stood out to me, not so much that we were making the errors, the bounce back and the recovery. So, but our defense, like, we have a lot of options. We're still, learning each pitcher too and getting the pitchers' fields, and I think Aubrey's getting stronger with every game too at shortstop.
6 games, no days off so far. What's the biggest thing that you've learned about this team over this stretch?
We need to keep it simple, and it's not because they can't do it. I just don't think we're there yet as far as, last year with such a seasoned team. We really got into the nitty-gritty, like pitch by pitch, and I think that that's a little bit overkill for this group right now, because I don't want them to, again, feel like they have limits, right? Like, if this certain hitter hits something up and in, well, that doesn't mean we're not going to attack up and in with Jesse throwing 71 miles per hour. And so I think it's really figuring out us first and then focusing on the opponent later.
What do you like most about your strategy and the way you use your pitchers over this game?
Well, we talked to them at the beginning of the week, and we told them how we were going to attack each team. We told them what were high leverage moments, and who was going to come into those moments, and so they were ready for it, right? And that was what was most rewarding, I believe, is we worked on it and it came through. But I think, like, making the changes when we did, keeping the momentum in our hands, probably could have made a change a little bit quicker in that Georgia game before the last 2 runs were given up, but I like how they respond and they pick each other up as well.
How would you say your younger players responded over this stretch? Because playing like 6 games over these last 4 days, no days off, is a pretty interesting way to start their collegiate softball careers.
Well, we're gonna have a day off tomorrow. They definitely got some little recovery stretching in right now, and I know some of them are gonna. I mean, people might think like rest, but actually it's better for them to keep moving, and so they know in their off day routines. We've been practicing ever since we got back in the beginning of January. We've taken Monday off and practiced off days, and so what that recovery looks like, what that movement looks like, what the treatment base looks like, and like, let's not forget, they got to get their study hall hours in, and it's getting into like exams and projects being due, so really taking advantage of that.
What do you want to see on that for this off day to keep you guys as prepared as possible for Missouri?
I just think keeping their bodies rested, making sure they're eating, keeping their bodies rested, and then getting back at it, right? Like, we're working a lot on the mental game, and I think you can see that because you're seeing our pitchers. I think they're doing a really good job of that. We've been working on that more and more. So I also would like to see them study up on their mental game book that we've been working on.
All good?
Best luck on
Awesome.
Tuesday, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.